Hello, YouTube. What is going on, you guys? Thank you guys so much once again for joining us tonight. It is Thursday night. It is 9:30, and we are here for another Thursday of Hot Topics. So first of all, make sure you guys press the subscribe button. Make sure you click the thumbs up button. Make sure you leave us a comment, and also click the notification bell so you are notified every time I post a new video. I have my co-host back with me today. What's going on, Mike, Jennifer, and Tyrone?
Hi.
Hello.
What's up?
Thank you guys for joining me once again. So tonight is not going to be too much of a hot topics type of thing. We're going to really just go into conversation, but I did want to mention the passing of Michael K. Williams. He passed at the age of 54, if I'm not mistaken. He is a multi-nominated, Emmy-nominated actor from New York. If those of you who may not be familiar with his work, he played Omar Little on The Wire, who was a gay drug dealer. He was one of the most popular characters on that particular show. For those of you who watch When They See Us, he played Antron's father on that particular series as well. So there are a lot of speculation about what led to his death. We don't know for sure because those results have not come back yet, but our condolences go out to his entire family. It's a great loss in the acting community. Anyone have any reflection concerning his death?
Well, personally, I didn't watch a whole lot of what he's done, but the little bit that I have seen, he is, like you said, incredibly talented. And as far as to the reason why he died, I guess it's just a pure uh, curiosity. But at the end of the day, we just want to try to let people rest in peace. So, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Unfortunately, I never got to The Wire or the other movie he played in, so I don't know him personally. But rest in peace.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tyrone, you have any thoughts on Mr. Michael K. Williams?
Mike was a great actor. Even more, he was greater at being a humanitarian in the community, especially standing up for African Americans that are disadvantaged, being a mentor in the community to young Black men, trying to get them on a straight path, making sure that they don't turn to the life of crime. If they were in the life of crime, turning them to a more positive direction, letting them know, hey, there's other ways to do what you got to do to survive. And I applaud him for that.
Yeah, he apparently cared for the community.
He definitely did. I followed him on Instagram, and he was an activist. He was definitely an activist out here in these streets fighting for our people. So once again, rest in peace to Michael K. Williams. So Jennifer, what are we talking about tonight?
I'm sorry, I'm rolling my eyes at Mike.
What?
You're too cute for yourself. you and your preparation.
I was thinking
Okay. So, gosh, man, we were trying to figure out what we're going to talk about today because not a whole lot is going on. People are going to glory. We have talked about COVID, whole lot going on over there, and it's like there's not really anything happening. So we just wanted to have a conversation. And as we talked, trying to figure out what we're going to talk about, the most interesting thing that I heard was talking about gender roles. If this is your first time to this station, this situation, this channel, thank you, husband. And if this is your first time, believe it or not, these two gentlemen above me, they're gay.
Me? What? Jonathan, what?
Can you believe she's trying us tonight?
She is trying it, okay?
But you know what? Anybody in the LGBT community are able to are able to have this conversation about gender roles in a way that I know I can have it with y'all. Because we're playing our roles that are generic and quote unquote normal somewhat.
Hmm.
I'm just going to keep on
Hmm.
using that because I don't try
Yeah.
to subscribe to anything personally.
Yes.
Our marriage is
But
our
I
marriage. Yeah, go ahead.
yes, but I also want to know what the heterosexual community think, because it's a lot of. I know you guys are married, so and you guys do the quote unquote normal gender roles, but it's a lot of single mothers out here having to do both roles. I'll give you an example of my sister, well, my best friend. I'll say
Mhm.
it's hard for her. She's gonna watch this and be like, bitch, but it's hard for her to find well, it's not hard for her to find the man. It's hard
Uh-huh.
for her to keep that man because she's having to play both roles as a single mother and everything. So when she finds a man, she still doesn't let that guard down, let the man be the man.
Uh-huh.
So and I say you can't do that. A man would never, let you be the one telling him everything to do and what you're not going. That's not gonna work.
Mm.
Like
Just to
a
give
man has to
her,
feel like the man.
yeah, just to give her a little bit of advice. I certainly know how that feels because when you have to live life by yourself and then taking it on a whole nother level and having to be somebody's mother as well, taking care of everything for that child, it's difficult to let go. But I encourage her to try with little things. Let him open the door. Try starting there.
Well, yeah. She wants the old school thing
Uh-huh.
where the man works hard and then comes and she stays home with the kids.
That's what she
It
wants.
doesn't work. That was she wants. I told her that's not what you're gonna get, girl. It's 2021. It's
No,
never.
no. It's
Right.
certainly possible because there are men out there, especially those southern men's, that want to do like they daddy did and just provide for the house. But you can't step into a relationship as if it's going to automatically be that.
I will
True
never
that.
put my faith in a man like that. Never. Even if the man has never shown me anything that make me second guess his commitment to me, I
Mhm.
would never not have a job because you said you want me to, stay home, or you just believe me staying home. I don't have that much trust.
That's
The
in your
man will always
DNA.
get up and leave at any time.
But that's in your DNA. You just work. That's just you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just can't put my trust. I can't do it.
Mm. So
I see
hey,
that.
straight
Could you,
straight
John?
African
Oh, go
American
ahead.
straight African American fellow. Quick question. When it comes to, let's just stick with the gay man,
Okay.
and you're thinking about gender roles. What do you think? Because he is educated. So what do you think the normal man? Because mine is extraordinary. Come on now. What do you think the normal man would say about the gender roles in a man and man relationship?
Hmm.
Um,
This is
to
interesting
generalize it.
hearing it from a straight person. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
straight
To
man.
generalize it, because I'm gonna take it from the perspective of somebody looking in and not knowing what's up.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh, the curiosity on us will be who is the head of the house,
Mm-hmm.
who is the bean counter, who is the one that manages the things at home, and
Yeah,
who manages the things outside of the home.
yeah.
Those would be some of the questions. Like, we're not even considering the whole sexual thing of
Yeah, yes, you are,
that is
because
off the
I've
table.
heard plenty of men
Now,
talk about who's taking it, who's giving it.
okay, you want to go there?
We
We're gonna
have
go there.
to.
Let's.
Yes,
Because
We have to go all the way
yes.
in.
All right, let's
John,
go.
I want to
Let's
hear.
rip it
I want
off.
to hear
We're gonna rip
Jonathan.
off the band-aid. Yeah,
Take it
a
off.
lot of guys that are heterosexual do have that curiosity of like who is doing what to who.
hmm
it is always an awkward question when they ask you.
And
like,
it's
what do you do?
it
Like,
is an awkward question because me knowing the difference that there's a dominant side and then there's a softer side, feminine side.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard for me to bring that knowledge to this conversation because people don't have that much time invested into getting to know that information,
Into the nuances of a person.
the nuances of the LGBT community's relationships.
What do you think straight people are thinking, Jonathan?
I personally have a feeling that straight people don't necessarily care that much, but that's just my honest opinion.
Really care.
I
Those
disagree.
do try to find out about it. They're like, so
Yeah.
which one of you guys is
Right.
like,
Like they might be
know.
interested to learn about it, they might be interested to learn about it if the topic were to come up, but I don't think it's something that's at the forefront of their mind. Now,
it's not.
I happen to disagree. I don't think that it's not a comfortable topic, but I think, let's say we was in a room full of gay people and there's always that maybe 2 straight men there.
That's a different.
They're gonna act like they don't want to hear it, but they're gonna be tuned the hell in.
Yeah.
And tuned in all the way. But I really think I think they're more interested than you think. Not saying that they're gay or anything, but I just think they still want to know.
Just the curiosity.
Yeah, like there
It's
are
like-
those that are curious that would like to know
try to
for their
understand.
personal knowledge and understanding of the relationship.
Yes.
Right.
And I think it's also
The vast
more so-
majority of the people don't have that in them. They
Yes.
just don't want to know because it's too much for them to wrap their head around.
Mhm.
right. Yeah, so here's my whole opinion on the gender roles in the LGBTQ plus community. Now, I consider myself an old school type of guy. I want to be married. That is my goal. Okay, I want a husband. Okay, so that's just where I'm starting off with. Now, of course, the easiest thing to do is to automatically assume that the bottom is going to be the female in the relationship and the top is going to be the male in the relationship. Well, here's the problem with that. There are some who are versatile, who like doing both things, and they like doing both things with the same amount of whatever. So, they like both the same, or they might like one more than the other, or whatever. So there are so many possibilities. So as far as the relationship,
possibilities.
right. So there was a preacher that I sat in a service once, and he said a relationship is not 50-50, it's 100 and 100. So I feel like both of the partners in the relationship just have to figure things out. They have to have those conversations like, okay, so who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? I will say that me personally, I'm attracted to masculine men. I want a masculine man. That is just my preference. I don't need, I don't want a man who is as feminine as I am, or much less even more feminine than I am, because I'm not attracted to that. So you might think that, I might be, doing the household chores and, things of that nature, but hey, I might be cutting the grass, or I might be paying the bills, or I might be doing this or doing that. So to me, I don't believe that everyone in the world has to go into a relationship thinking that there is a particular role that they have to play. That's not how it is. You are free to do whatever it is, or to relate together however it is that you choose. No one is, has a checklist of, are you doing this right? Are you doing this right? Are you doing this right? There's no standard. Of course, there's a standard, sure, but you have to do what makes you happy. So if being the breadwinner is what you want to do and your partner is okay with that, match made in heaven. So, you just do what you're comfortable with.
I do agree as far as I think we're mostly alike. As far as I'm very old school, I do want, at one point I did want a husband, but now I feel like the older I get, I don't want to, I really want somebody to, maybe talk to or sleep beside everything.
Real companion.
Real companionship, But when it comes down to other titles in the home. Like I don't want to. I think what's best for that household is best for that household, because even though I might play one role, let's say the woman role, I guess you can say, I like cutting grass. You know, I love doing certain things. But what if he doesn't like me doing that? Do I have to sit back and just let him do it?
That's not your husband.
Oh well.
Well,
Well, it's at some point, no matter what, uh, no matter what sexuality you have or what setup you have in your home, at some point we all have to realize all relationships are never going to be the same, or how you operate in a
Oh, that's
relationship
correct too.
is never going to be the same. So trying to say like, being that I am masculine, I'm the one that's going to be doing this, that, and the third, as far as all the manual labor, painting, all that stuff, I'm going to be doing that. And being that I'm more feminine, I'm going to do all the cooking, cleaning, and making sure that all this is available and all that stuff like that. That's personally not realistic, especially when it
Correct.
comes to a same gender situation. It's just about finding your strengths and weaknesses and the things that you like to do or the things that you like to do together, and figuring out your household based upon the two people that are in it.
See, yeah, I agree. I do agree, but
Hmm.
I kind of do like or think that everybody should have their place in their home. As far as you know, if this is my area right here, don't come in my area trying to clean it up. I'm gonna get this right here. Like
oh,
if I'm the one
I
cooking
got
and the
that.
cleaning and stuff inside the
Yeah.
home,
Get
let
out
me do
with them.
that. And if you need to be the one cutting grass, like yes, I may pick it up every once in a while, but I think you need to do that, okay? And you should not have to have me tell you to do it either.
But you know what? That's
Oh,
that's what the conversation is for. That's what
whoa.
talking and letting people know how you feel about things is for, because of course, unspoken expectations cannot be fulfilled.
Right.
So
Mike is over there spicy with that one. You should do it without me
Well,
telling
yeah,
you.
I feel like a man
That's
should
spicy.
I love my man like I'm not, but I feel like the gender role of that man that I'm gonna be with taking the initiative to do things on his own. I
But
should
He
come
might not
home.
know that
but the
you
man
want him
that
to
you're
do
speaking
that.
of is, I'm not saying a special kind of man, but it is a type of
That is
man.
a
and
special type of
and
man.
that's because that's a man that has seen his father take
Right.
care
Yeah.
of everything, or because of
Have
the
been
situation
taught.
with his mother taught him how to take
Right.
care of home.
Right. Like me.
It's
Yes.
possible. It's very much so possible, because I know I'm never gonna have to cut nobody's grass.
Right. But I
Yes,
but you know what? I actually feel like the way that I feel about,
But
male on male relationships, I feel the same about female and female relationships. For instance,
Yeah.
Samira Wiley, who played Poussey on Orange is the New Black, yes, she played a very butch character, but
She
in
is
her
lovely.
wedding photos, she had on a beautiful white dress,
The
and
biggest one.
so did her wife. So it's you do what works for you. You just have to. That's where communication comes in. And I hear it heard time and time again. Communication is key. That's how you keep your thing going.
yeah.
Oh gosh, man.
yeah,
Uh,
I think what Mike is really getting at
I'm
is
sorry, I'm hot. Hold,
setting
please.
the ground rules in
whoosh.
the relationship.
Right. Yeah. Setting ground rules in
Inside.
relationships. That's important.
Like, so, y'all will find
Don't
out
mind
what the
us.
whoosh is about later.
One day when I feel free
One
enough to talk
day.
about that.
Oh my god.
Anywho, but yeah, you're right. Inside of I've just heard in a lot of gay conversations, excuse me, not gay conversations, but conversations with gay people, talking about what I'm supposed to be and what I want. It's like that's just like rolling up to McDonald's and saying, this is what I want and this is what I don't want. If you come into a relationship being clear about the things that you desire, it's like, first of all, you'll be able to start the process of finding out whether or not that's the person that you want, and also whether that person can be what you want him to be.
Let me ask this question,
Number
taking
one
this
and
a little bit deeper.
Okay.
This is probably, and I want to hear Jonathan's opinion also, because I think we're so much alike. I think we're gonna have maybe the same idea. How do you feel about these feminine tops? Like these tops are just like no, I feel like I'm I know I'm feminine, but they'd be like over the top, like long nails, hair, makeup, and they these tops like.
Oh, you need to.
I needed clarification because I
You gotta remember he's straight. Y'all. He's straight.
I do apologize.
I'm sorry.
Why is this movie coming to my mind? Oh, so are you gay? Then it's like that. That movie keeps coming to my mind. But no, the top does not. The top does the bending. No, the top does not do the bending. I guess I could go anywhere. I guess the top is the one who does it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
You would be the top to Jennifer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay,
You
so
would be the top to Jennifer.
No, there is no way you don't know what he's talking about. With the sexual relations.
okay, so the pitcher
top
and
would be the
the
man, and the
situation,
bottom would be
the
the
one
woman.
who's pitching, not the one who's batting, the giver, not the receiver. The
This is beautiful.
giver. Yes. So
Thank you.
The giver of the
He's-
peen.
he's talking about the one who does the most of the work. Yes.
Yeah,
So
The one that's
Here-
doing the hip thrusts.
here are my thoughts, Mike, on that. As I mentioned before, I'm really not sexually interested in feminine men. So that is not something that I like to see. I won't say that it's disturbing, but it's just different.
It's
And
very different.
It does not it's not appealing to me. Yes, they are out there, and if you are feminine and you are top, do your
Oh,
thing,
wait.
boo boo. Okay, that is your thing. You do it.
Right, your
You won't be
sunshine.
topping me, but you do your
Well-
thing. So that's how I feel about it. But you know what? Here's the weird thing. I actually enjoy seeing it the other way around, seeing a masculine man in the other position. I actually do enjoy seeing that. I think that's I
A
think
masculine man being a bottom.
yeah, if a masculine man wants to, and to me that opens up the floodgates for everyone because there's this whole
That's the
bottom shaming
floodgates.
thing.
Yes.
And there's a lot of hate that comes along with being a bottom, and so
Yeah.
so when you have masculine men who say, "Hey, I like to take it sometimes too," that's kind of encouraging. But as far as the feminine type
That's-
thing, that's just my
disappointing to me.
preference. I just don't like to. I don't like to think about that.
Wow.
Well, I'm asking that question
Oh, in
because
college.
in college, there was a little boy named Michael,
Mhm.
and he was definitely very like much of a fast rolling train. Just moving to all the colleges.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Oh,
sometimes I did meet somebody for just a little one night thing. But anywho. How can I put this so it won't be so graphic? We did some things, not all the things, because things were a little bit larger than life. But
Okay.
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 when I
Understood.
seen them in person, they were in drag, like
Whoa.
outside of the bedroom. I did not know it. I was like, oh my god!
how is that?
Wow.
No,
How
that's
was
what I
that
said too.
for you?
Well, it definitely wasn't a turn on.
Yeah.
The floodgates were
Like,
closed.
they presented themselves one way, and then you see them,
Yes.
Another way.
and you're like, whoa,
Another
wait.
way, and even now to this day, I've seen them. We've been on Facebook, but they're more like a man now. So I don't know if they just did it for fun or just maybe a college thing. But yeah, I did see them as dressed up in drag one day, and I was like, ugh, like. But then I was like, damn. They wasn't that drag in the bed behind closed doors.
Uh-huh.
Well, I tell
Talking
you,
code is so like, ugh.
conversation.
This is interesting to me, because
Yeah, what's really standing out for you, Ty?
what standing out for me was the I don't want to
What?
sound insensitive, but
I'm saying we know you're not.
the transformation of that person
From
from the masculine to the feminine,
yeah.
and how people will receive them on both sides.
Especially if you're not open and saying like, "Hey, I do this on the side."
Yeah,
And at that time, that young man was. Oh, go ahead, Tyrone.
I was wondering, like, would they be kind of discriminated against for
doing drag?
For doing both, being regular.
Yeah, I think in the gay community, I think you are kind of looked down upon being transsexual or transgender or transsexual. I think you are what's the other word that just said drag?
Discriminated against.
I think you are discriminated against in the LGBTQ plus community.
If you are masculine and still doing drag.
Well, I think if you do drag, period, masculine or feminine, if you do that, period, I think people are like, I don't want to mess with them, or I can't be out with them, or I don't want to be seen with them, because then they might be telling. Because a lot of masculine gay people who are still out don't want to be out with feminine people who's over the top feminine. Associated, because a lot of times they think that because you're a masculine, you're a bottom because you hang out with so many feminine people.
Guilty by association type of thing.
Correct.
And at the same time, those masculine men don't have to worry about being outed in public because the general public does not know that they are gay. So that's another reason why they don't want to be seen with the flamboyant ones. But Mike brings up a good point. It's a very sad thing that, transgender people and some drag queens do not feel like they are a part of the LGBTQ plus community, although they have a letter in the name of it. But I think it goes back to the fact that, because we as gay men don't understand what they're going through as trans people. For instance, I tell people all the time, I used to play with Jennifer's doll baby's hair all the time. I used to, sometimes I would keep it under my bed because I didn't think she was playing with it because she was a little bit older at the time. But I didn't think that I was a girl. I used to wear my mom's high heels. I did not think I was a girl. I just like feminine things. But to me, like, I still don't understand what a trans person goes through. And I think it's really interesting that we as gay men look down. Well, some gay men look down on trans people for not understanding. And then we like to talk about straight heterosexual people who speak against us for not understanding, and we're doing the same thing to the trans people.
I was
to me
that yes.
Yeah. So to me, that's
nail on the head.
Yeah,
nail on the head.
And it's okay not to understand.
It is.
It's okay not to understand.
Very hypocritical.
But you have to give people, hey, you're going through this. I don't get it, but you're going through this, and I pray you the best. Keep on being strong. By now, sister.
And yes, that's why I say that we are a bit too sensitive. So the LGBT, like, I don't expect all the heterosexual people to know what's disrespectful, what type of disrespectful. No, but I don't know. We're too sensitive for sure.
I do have a question to that because I was having this conversation with my cousin.
Can you pause real quick? If you're watching this, go ahead and share this to your straight friends if they think they need to see this. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was having this conversation with my cousin, who is also heterosexual, and I had to say, I don't know if that was derogatory to say dominant femme situation.
Oh, femdom. You
talking about
lesbians?
Yeah, in a lesbian relationship. To call the dominant a dyke?
See, I don't even know about the feminine.
I don't know if that is proper to say nowadays. I know back in the day that was a thing that people like, oh, that's a dyke over there.
I've never heard that.
That was from a heterosexual perspective. Okay.
I've never heard that word. I've never heard that word being used in an endearing manner. So to me, that word would be derogatory. I don't hear them speaking amongst themselves using that language towards each other. So to me, I feel as though that is a derogatory term. I've never used it.
I can say that I have heard other masculine. Wait, hold on. Lord Jesus. I have heard dominant females refer to themselves as dykes. I have certainly heard that, but I have never felt comfortable referring to them as dykes because it don't seem like a loving term.
It doesn't sound like a loving term. It doesn't sound loving at all.
What would you call it then?
Just dom.
That's that dom.
I said dominant.
That's what I've learned to say. That's that film.
I've said manly lady before and all that stuff, but one thing I won't do is call anybody a bulldagger. That's just seems.
Now I've been around some heterosexual Caucasian males that was like, that's that bulldagger over there, and I was like, yo.
But that's more of an old term. But
it is. It's definitely an old term.
Because to hear Ricky Smiley say that, it's like it just sounds funny. But
because he is.
Oh gosh, I would like to apologize to any lesbian that we may have offended in this conversation. We just learned.
Even me, because I still don't know about. I still don't know what's.
I was like, bro, you can't do that. You can't go. Do that.
I think this probably will get me in trouble. I think lesbians have it so easy. As I know they're still discriminated against, but it's nothing like being a gay male at all. Like, I think gay males have it the worst. Gay women have it so much better.
I do agree.
I would agree. It is easier for them. Easier. Yes. I won't say they have it easy, but I will say it's easier than what it is that we go through.
When they mention gay and think about a gay something, it's always referred to a gay man. It's never referred to a gay woman.
Oh yeah, automatically.
Lil Nas X has been getting so much slack, and they think about gay should be sent to hell. They're speaking about gay men. They're not gay women at all. And a lot of gay women don't see an issue with what Boosie said. And I had one argument with one on Facebook. They do not see an issue with what Boosie said because it doesn't affect them personally. But they don't know that they're talking about you're talking about gay men, but bitch, you part of the community.
Yeah. But that's what, it just makes it so difficult sometimes to try to say that we're all on the same, as the LGBTQIA community, that they're all on the same plane. And there's clearly differences of opinion as far as what's worse than the other. Yeah.
Right, absolutely.
Is there such thing as the gay card?
Could you expound upon that? I've never heard of that.
Please, the gay card. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so there are some heterosexual men out there feel that the LGBT community utilizes their sexual preferences for benefits. Just like black privilege and white privilege, they have.
Oh, we put a gay card, like the white card.
Like gay card.
Like, I'm gay. You let me in.
Right.
Wait. So in what instance would it be?
There is such thing as that?
No.
So we don't have a gay card. If there were, what would be an instance in where we would pull that thing on out?
Please, go there.
Like, what's the scenario where we would use that?
Yeah, I'm gay, so let me out of jail.
That's one.
But that's not what it would never work.
Cutting lines.
That don't work.
I mean,
when they see no.
I think the only
It
way
might-
that would
it's
work is
crazy.
the way, like, just in a corporate office, and you know that you're being, you know, left
Stereotype.
out and stereotyped just because you're in the office. That's the
Correct.
time to pull the card and start suing people.
Yes, that's the only time to put a car. Or if you got a gay club and you want to get in front of the line, they see, "Ooh, he's cute. He's gay. He's gay. Come on to the front."
Or like, you know, the gay friend of a female, you know, be able to be dragged into, you know, fun situations. I guess. Child, I don't know. I don't know.
No, but no, we don't have a gay club. Or the only gay. Jump.
Ain't no
It's
such thing.
laughable.
I'm sorry. There is.
It is absolutely laughable. Here, some
The
of these
only,
things.
the only gay card I think I can pull, not I don't think gay card. I know of a gay card that gays can pull is being the gay homeboy to maybe a masculine man who wants to try it, but those that want to try it, but
Okay.
also don't want anybody to know he wants to try it.
Okay, yeah.
But
Ooh. Wow.
they come to like, oh, you got any homegirls who want to hook me up? That's the main sign of you want.
Wait,
Why would the hell would I give you any of my homegirls?
wait.
You have
If
an
that makes
amazing
if that
point.
makes sense.
It makes a whole lot of sense.
What do you say?
It does.
So I'm saying is, I guess these are. I'm put this. These are keys to notice if a straight man wants to get with a gay man on the DL, which means down low.
Okay.
Here go the key points. They come to you, say, you know what, you a cool man, you a cool guy. You got any homegirls? You got any homegirls you can hook me up with or whatever? That's one sign that he want to hook up with your ass.
Wait.
Is that one, Jonathan? That one? Is that one, Jonathan?
Wait.
I would agree that would be one. I've never been in that situation, but it sounds like one to me.
Oh, I have been in that situation, child.
I would like to say, hold please. I think that I know for sure that men like to play down the fact that they are just as curious as some women are.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
Facts.
because it's frowned upon.
Absolutely. Because a woman can go ahead and get her
Cat licked.
Yes.
Mhm.
get her
That was
hoo-ha.
PG, right?
I think that was to get her hoo-ha situated by another woman. And it will be okay, and it will be looked at as an exploratory situation that she went through. But she came to see that maybe women aren't for me, may even date a woman, but still can come out of the situation saying, you know what, I'm straight, women just aren't for me like that, so I'm gonna go marry this man, and that man never think twice about it. And a man have those same kind of concerns, wondering if receiving a professional from a man is any different from a woman. Come to find out, it's not. And maybe he may realize that he's not exactly attracted to men like that. Maybe he was just curious, or maybe he really is attracted to men's and he wants to be with men's. But it's like curiosity, or that sexual fluidity, that fluid sexual feeling that you can feel for anybody that people don't like to acknowledge.
Mhm.
Yes.
But it all really goes back to the stigma of the gay man. It's
Yeah.
we all know it's been around since the beginning of time. It's the way that we are looked at. We're not looked at as a light. We're looked at as darkness, and it's just very unfortunate. But going back to Mike's point, that's why I think it is easier for women to be in the middle or far left of the spectrum and not on the far right, being heterosexual, than it is for men because of the stigma.
Like a woman can be at the bar, and a gay woman and a straight woman can be at the bar flirting with each other openly. A gay male and a straight male will have to make eye contact and then go outside and talk privately behind a bunch of cars and trees.
Right. Yeah. It's
That's
people.
the truth.
Parking lot.
Yeah.
It's really crazy how much we think about what other people think of us. And that really
Ooh.
drives the DL man, because he does not want to be thought of as a gay man. He just does not want to be thought of. And it's just, yeah, that's just the way it is.
Question?
Yeah. So
Tell me what you think about me.
You were saying that that's a red flag to you for a straight man to come to you and be like, "Hey, do you know any girls
You can hook me up with.
that you could hook me up with?" But what's interesting about that? This is a stigma that a lot of heterosexual men think about, is all the women flock to the gay man. And
That
that's
is
where
true.
we find them, is with the gay man. And so now
So,
you
because we're
kind of
the
turn into
hairstylist,
like
the
this.
wardrobe, we're the stylist, the wardrobe, the best friend, the confidant, the auntie, the uncle to your check. We
The
everything.
relationship guru.
Right. You become that
Correct.
wingman in a sense, where they're like, "Hey man, I see this girl with you all the time. I think I like her." And they come to you and be like, "Hey, man, you know, man, come on, man.
Well, that would be a big
Introduce us or
difference.
hook us
That
up, man, you know?"
this example that you're coming up with will be probably nothing but a straight man who really wanted to get with a girl that I have. I'm speaking of somebody who doesn't even know you like that. Know you gay, but they don't know you like that. They don't know who I come to the bar with. But because I'm gay, they're gonna use that to a way to have our conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But what you're saying is, I come to the bar all the time. I have my best girlfriend with me. You always there, and you really want to get to know. What you're saying is somebody who's really, really straight.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
Right.
a difference. You got
I didn't know if
context
there was
clues.
any room for that. I was like,
Oh no, it's
And
room for
and
that.
and let me,
You are not.
and I kind of want to speak on what Tyrone was saying as well. So Tyrone, I think that you are thinking about, the fact that gay men do typically befriend women in many cases. And so it would make sense to you as a straight man, it would make sense for a straight man to approach a gay man to see if he has any friends that he can, kind of,
yeah, it's like gatekeeping.
However, what you have to remember, Tyrone, is that the average heterosexual man typically does not go to a gay man for
Absolutely.
women advice. Typically they won't even want to have a conversation with us. I will say that, nowadays things are getting better, and, heterosexual men are more comfortable with being around us, and, in situations where they have to be around us. But, just on their own, just, on their own volition, just, befriending a gay man or talking to a gay man or asking a gay man for advice, the chances of that happening are very slim.
I think it's about
And so
getting
that's why,
ahead.
Mike said, if that were to happen, it would make sense for that man to probably be interested in you and not an actual woman.
I think that being able to have a conversation with a gay man is more going towards to the feeling of understanding that not every gay man wants to be with you.
Now that's what.
That's
thank
true.
God.
Yeah.
That's every heterosexual dude's fear.
It's
But
a
it's like-
black
Yeah.
community.
But
God.
here's
I
my
hate
issue
it.
though. When anybody wants you and you say no, that's it. Why can't so you got to feel the whole way that a man is trying to, or excuse me, a man is talking to you to try to see if y'all would want to get together? That's an issue.
It is the issue because now every time I see that person,
Mhm.
I'm gonna think
Yeah.
they're thinking about me,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
what's-
gonna mess with my psyche. Is like, yo, I just walked out the mall with my fresh shoes, and I seen Jeffrey over there. 2 weeks ago, he came up to me,
I don't know if I can care that
revealed
much,
to me that I was like you.
and I won't. Show
Well,
you.
I can't
You're like,
say
no,
that
no.
a lot of
Yeah.
gays are persistent.
Okay.
There
Okay,
are
let's
some
keep it
that
real.
are
Let's
Yeah,
keep
be
it
there
real.
are
real.
I
some
Let's keep it real.
I gotta hit my own alphabet because of this.
there,
So
there are some out there
a
that be
lot
like,
of men
hey,
are persistent. And I'm
I'm
guilty
gonna
of
make
it
a
as
man.
well. You know, not making mine. Just I don't even want you for a long time. I just want you. I just want to see what it is. That's basically, and that's all I really want. You know, then after that, you're throwing away trash, dust, eliminated. Okay,
Wow.
I just want to see what it was and what the talk was
Mm.
about. That's the main thing why I wanted to try it. And after I got it, you know, you're now with the recycle. You're
Right.
made to take advantage of you.
I completely agree with what Tyrone is saying. You know, the mindset of a heterosexual man, that thing is not going to leave his mind for a long time. That is going to stick with that. And it might be even traumatizing for him, depending on how persistent that gay man might be. And then there's also something else that really probably is one of the things that bothers me the most about the gay community is that some of us feel as though we can turn a heterosexual man to be
Yes.
bi curious or to be gay. And there are women out there, there are lesbians out there who feel as though they can do that as well. And you know, they tend to forget that, you know, your sexuality, once it is formed and once it is determined, okay, it is not going to change to something else. Once you've decided, once you realize what it is that you are interested in a sexual, as far as your sexual preference is concerned, the chances of that changing is very slim to none. Now, you know, of course, if you're bisexual, you might go from man to woman, you know, and, you know, that's a different deal. But, you know, when you know who you are, ain't nothing changing after that. So,
But that thing is also, I know we talk about the LGBTQ community being persistent. Is that the right word? Persistent?
yeah, persistent.
Okay. But a lot of straight men, not all of them, but they also think that every gay man wants them, and it's like you say, it's not true either.
That's true.
The case.
So don't get it twisted. Just because we're persistent, don't mean we want all y'all.
Right.
But I do feel like with some dominant lesbians, I have seen many a dom's heart broken because she thought she was going to, you know, change this woman's whole life and, you know, get into a relationship. And, you know, with women, it's really easy for us to get into that because, of course, we're not too afraid of what will happen as far as people seeing us be with a woman. But, you know, eventually you want what you want, and she's gonna still be attracted to men's. Go ahead, hun.
I have a question.
Ask away.
So let's ask this question. Do you think, let's say it's a straight female
Mhm.
and a dominant girl who looks exactly like a man, like, you know, low
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
fade, swag of a
Yeah.
man. Out would a straight female still, would they be able to maybe then try that with that kind of female? Because, or is it because I'm not into women and nothing will, now I won't go for it at all?
I'm going to speak for myself and say yes, because it's the masculinity that we're attracted to.
Right.
Yes.
So that's why it is so easy for that to happen. One thing no, please don't date me. Please. I'm sorry if this sounds horrible, but
We're here, Jennifer. We're here.
Thank you. Thank you. So whenever we go to the South Carolina State Fair, okay, one thing I always notice are the mothers that are pushing their babies in strollers and the doms that they dated that paid for everything.
Yeah.
And now,
they call him daddy.
Exactly. And I mean, that's building what they wanted that a man didn't do for them. So it's like, I kind of get why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I hope they're not settling. I hope they're getting their best, you know,
Yeah.
whatever out of the whole situation. But it's really easy for a dominant woman to come in and swoop in and give her what she wants because at the core, she's a woman. And she's seen what these men have done to her. So all she has to do is to be the opposite, and she'd have her for as long as she want to, unless she said, okay, I want a man now. But personally, I'm about to give my tea. Get ready. I personally would not have minded at all. I would not have minded to let someone have fun down there. But the issue is, and this is what's kept me from doing that, I'm an amazing woman. I'm really lovable. And
Yeah,
I don't want nobody to fall in love with me that I know that I won't want to be with in the future. So
right.
I'm not about playing with people's hearts and minds. So that's why I never gave in to those kind of temptations because it certainly was. But yeah, I just didn't want anybody to fall for me and me know that that's not going to go any further than that. That's not surprising to you? I told you this, Tyrone, right? Okay, just as long as you remember.
Keep it real with me.
Okay,
Right.
that's all we can do. But you know, it's about that's how I feel about women. That's why I know I've seen so many doms with their hearts broken and so frustrated and angry with the women that they've gotten with because they knew that this woman was straight from the beginning, but now we're confused as to why the relationship is going down in a dumpster fire.
Right. Yeah. I think that's more for not straight women, but more I think that's for straight women who are trying to feel things out, trying to see
Yeah.
if if they like this whole, lady on lady thing. And yeah, that would be frustrating for me as well. I want someone who knows what they want. I don't want
Yes.
to be your option. I want to be your only one.
Yeah, that closet.
And
Yes. Yes.
and so, that goes into knowing what you want going into a relationship, and setting those standards in the beginning so that there are, if there's any discrepancies later on in the relationship, you can go back to the beginning and say, well, I put these things down here at the beginning and told you what it is that I was looking for, and you have not stepped up. So yeah, so you just have to be open.
I would love to hear any stories from anybody that would love to comment on any of this. This is such a cute conversation about not only sexuality, but like, especially with the gender roles. I I've always thought that was just like a big, not confusing thing, but something that really had to be dealt with, especially in a, gay couples situation. But it does sound like all you really need to do is just have a conversation. Of course, know what you want and move forward from there.
Yeah.
Right.
I,
So thank you so much, Mike, for bringing up that subject because we done.
oh.
We
Child,
don't
it's
Okay.
5 minutes
stay
till.
on. And you know what? I'm really curious as to, any other questions that your straight friends would like to ask so that we can answer them in the future. I think it'll be awesome.
Yes. One was the gender roles. I said you just come on, but it's not my show, child, so I can't invite you on now. But I think you should
Wait,
come on for that
who?
episode. One
Who
of my
you
friends,
want
her name is Nikki, just for the gender roles because she really believes in the old school style of like women's at home with the kids, doing the laundry, cleaning the home,
Yeah.
husband making everything work. But I said, girl, look, do you know you want that old school thing, but do you want to go through what all those women went through back then?
Exactly.
It
So
comes with plenty.
you can't have half of it. You're gonna have the whole
Yeah.
thing now.
Right.
That is like my next area of questioning
Hmm.
about the violence within the
Oh,
LGBT community.
with boyfriend and boyfriend putting hands on each other, girlfriend and
Oh
girlfriend putting
yeah,
hands on each other. It certainly happens.
it does happen. Luckily, just short. This is not even funny.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
I'm toxic, so I only got. I only.
Wait, did you just say
I
you're
never.
toxic?
Yes.
Don't you
I'm
dare.
like,
Don't do that. No
I
more.
never been in anything abusive or anything. I can say that. No, I've never been anything abusive, but I didn't been pushed out the house before. Things like that. Locked out the house. But it's still open. I was 18 at the time. I was young and dumb,
Oh,
though. But no, now recently, no.
young
I
and
work too
dumb.
much. Work too much. I don't bring nothing in my house because I pay too much money for mine. You
Whatever.
bring something
Come
in
on
your
now.
own house.
Right.
But I like a good argument though. I don't know. A good argument for me, I like it. Like relieves my stress. Like,
Hmm.
not because I just want to. I mean, but I might argue at least once a month just to release something on, blame you for something that you didn't. It's something that is not big. Because I can't do that at work. I do it at home. You just happen to call me when I'm on the midst of it, being pissed off. I think everybody argues just for the hell of sometimes, though. Like, I don't feel like being bothered. Shut the up, okay? Then...
See, for someone like me, with me being a Libra, I'm very non-confrontational. Yeah, that. Well, you know it. Okay.
Hold on. You said a Libra is very non-confrontational.
Yes, we are very.
Please.
Typically, we are very non-confrontational. But that will take us into a whole nother thing. I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. If you make sure you come back to us next Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Same time, same place, same beautiful faces. Mike, if you want to go ahead and give them your social media platforms.
Yes, of course. You can find me on Twitter and also on Instagram, Mr. Real 121. That's MRREAL 121 at the bottom of the screen.
And Jennifer and Tyrone, if you could share with us your social media platforms.
Thank you for the sound effects, Tyrone. My Instagram is JStarBright, JAYSTARRBRIGHT, as well as TikTok. I don't really TikTok a whole lot, but that's it.
I am Mr. TD McCullum all across the board. Find me on Facebook. I do music and videos.
And music videos. You get it?
Yeah. And you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is at JoJo_3020. Thank you guys once again for joining us. Make sure you subscribe, click the thumbs up button, leave a comment, and push the notification bell. Until next time, you guys, I hope you all have a safe and blessed weekend. Make sure you get vaccinated and wear your masks.
Wow.
All right.
Mass.
Bye, y'all. Till next time. See you later.